Hi, I'm Cameron. I call the Appalachian Mountains in Southwest Virginia home. We're blessed with lush green springs, sultry hot summers, crisp cool falls, and long cold winters. Maybe not on the same order of magnitude as North Dakota, but we dip below zero on and off for a couple of months. And it's not unusual to see snow. A typical winter might bring 4 or 5 measurable snowfalls. They're usually no more than 6 inches or so, but occasionally it's measured in feet. Our snow is just enough to be a nuisance, since it's not enough for most families to justify the need for snow removal equipment, other than their kids, that is. My brother and I are largely responsible for clearing our driveway. The significance of that statement may be lost without understanding a bit about the Gilmore residents. The driveway to my family's home is long, 478 steps to be exact, and it's steep. Clearing the snow by hand takes a minimum of an hour and a half. For heavy snowfalls, it's several hours at best. Last year, after a particularly heavy snow, I decided I had had enough. My dad was fully supportive of my idea using a snowplow that attaches to our SUV, so long as I paid for it myself. A commercially available product was therefore not an option. For the design, I had several constraints. First, the contraption had to be cheap, really cheap, meaning it had to be constructed entirely from scarf materials from my dad's workshop. It had to attach to our car's trailer hitch because there was no attachment point at the front, and it had to be easy to attach, detach, and store between uses. After much thought, my final design consisted of 2 heavyweight plastic 5-gallon buckets, cut in half lengthwise and nested upon themselves for increased strength. These blades were mounted under a plywood frame using heavy-duty shelf brackets. A trailer hitch attachment was bolted to the other end, so it could be attached to the car's hitch. With just one exception, I was able to scarf all of the materials I need for my dad's workroom. Surely Mom won't miss just one shelf from the linen closet. The final product works surprisingly well. It's easy to attach to our Subaru and is able to clear 2 large ruts down the driveway. The ruts are just large enough to contain vehicle tires. Our plow's construction, plastic and wood, can only handle up to 3 or 4 inches of snow at a time, which means I have to make a few passes down the driveway during a serious storm, but it's far better than the manual method. I'd like to say the initial inspiration for the project was my desire to use the snowplow to clear the driveways of my neighbors, particularly the older retired ones, rather than my own laziness. Sadly, that idea didn't come until midway through the construction, but it came nonetheless. Now I'm just anxious for this winter's first snow, so I can surprise my neighbors with a clean, clear drive. I'd like to thank a couple people for this project. Firstly, my brother, Carson Gilmore, for his help in generating the idea and constructing the project. Secondly, my dad, for his help building the plow and the use of his discarded treasures. And lastly, my mom, for sacrificing a linen closet shelf for the betterment of me and our neighbors.